All right, guys. Very first live. Very first. Gone live. First time. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. Let's let's talk about some things. It's gonna be our first time. All right. So obviously I have Monique in here. What's up, Monique? Always good to see you. Sophia, the lovely wife, of course. Kyle Prepper, how's it going? Good to see you guys. Actually, should I say gals? So, um, I know everybody's been kind of like, "Oh, you should go live. You should go live," and you you try and Monique. Yes, we're gonna get kind of some story time. Okay, we're gonna go on a little trip, a little journey together, all of us. What's up, Yankee? How's it going? Good to see you. Um, hey, Spotted Fawn, how's it going? Like I was saying, we're gonna go on a little trip. We're gonna do some talking. Um, Monique, it's not bedtime stories, okay? We save those for later. Anyways, that's besides the point. What's up, Kendall? Kendall, Miss Sharon, how's it going? Um, like I was saying, everybody pushes as far. Well, I shouldn't say pushes, but everybody's like, "Hey, you should go live. You should go live." And you know, it took me it took me a few weeks to think about it, and I really I thought about it because I was like, okay, well, what do you want to talk about? Because you don't, you can always just get on here and just start rambling, kind of like what I'm doing now, actually. But, um, and just kind of get a feel for it and stuff like that. But I, I made some, like, I guess you could say some bullet points for myself. Um, Things that I wanted to talk about and stuff like that. Um, so, um, it's good to see all of you for sure. Um, I wasn't even sure if too many people were going to even show up. I mean, so far, hey, I've got five already. Sweet, good deal. And I wanted to pick a day where not anybody else was going live. I definitely didn't want to step on anybody's toes or anything like that. Um, so you guys are all aware, especially Monique, Ohio, Yankee, Miss Sharon, the journey that we've been on. Um, yeah, you would be correct, Yankee. Um, you guys are aware of, like I said, the journey that me and Sophia have been on. Um, and that's obviously you guys can kind of get a gist from the title of this first live stream because it was one of the main things I really wanted to talk about. And it so happens that a few of you in here have had some things to do with it. Um, so I guess you could say as far as going back as far as the whole uh, the beginning of this journey, you know, um, when you live your entire life basically on one coast and more to the point of being in the same county for your entire life. and not knowing too much outside of it. Yeah, you've been to some other states as far as like Arizona, Nevada, Utah. Even as a kid, I got to travel to Washington, D.C. I was just a kid though. Um, Being just in one place for that entire time. um, you're like solid dancers. um, you you wonder if you're almost ever gonna leave. Is it worth it to leave? Is there more out there, or can you just be where you're at? And I think that it's good to have expectations as far as everybody's, oh, I'd love to travel and stuff like that. And some of it, you hear the stories of like, oh, I'm gonna leave this place and stuff like that. But to think that it can be kind of scary. Make it shake. Well, I mean, Yankee, you got to do what you got to do to make some money. That's why I left Boston. Yeah. Um, it can be really scary, and because you're not knowing what to expect, and you're not even really sure how to do it because, like I said, 20 is 20. You would be correct, but with the inflation, 20 is probably about 35 now, plus maybe $5 for gas. That doesn't even get you a gallon though. It could somewhere. Anyways, um, you're if it's just yourself and you just pick up, you what maybe small life you do have and go somewhere else and start somewhere fresh, that might be kind of easy, you know. Um, Even so, I mean, maybe it's you and a significant other, or you and a girlfriend, or you and a wife, um, a spouse of any sort. Um, Monique, 40, yes, 35, 40, somewhere right around there. Probably 40 in Canada. Um, yeah, Monique, yeah, walked away from your life in Vancouver and never looked back. Yeah. Um, that can be kind of easy because you can almost, you can look at that significant other and, how would you like to leave? Let's pick a place on the map and let's just go. You may not be totally well established where you're at. Maybe you're renting an apartment and like, oh, your lease is almost up and you're like, let's see somewhere new. Let's go somewhere new. Let's start somewhere fresh. Maybe you got a better job opportunity or whatever. Um, so that can be kind of easy. Um, but when yourself has been there your entire life and you pretty much kind of figure, okay, this is probably where I'm going to be at. And then you meet that significant other, that love of your life, and you're not even looking for it. You're not, it's way off your radar. It's nothing you expected or whatever. And you start to build a beautiful relationship, you know, and that relationship continues to grow and grow over the years. And even so, you know, one day, that other person looks at you and goes, let's get married. And you're like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's just go. Let's go do it. And so you do that. and then you start another little section of your life, and you continues to grow, and then you add a beautiful new soul, a beautiful child to your life, and you're like, okay, I've got duties now. I can't just pick up and leave. I've got responsibilities. I had no idea what I was walking into. Went to the airport, bought a ticket, threw my cell phone in the garbage, and went on that plane, not knowing at all what I was heading for. Yeah, but that what you were saying, Monique, it was just you. You had that opportunity to just throw it away and start somewhere fresh. What's up, Jen? How's it going? Hope you're feeling okay. I know you're not, but um, did you get that vitamin C machine from the Naked Fruit? That always works for me. As soon as I started to feel anything, I'd throw one of those back, and usually I was right as rain. Um, so you start to build a life, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna we're gonna do this. We're gonna build a life here, and you make that leap from living with family and go, you know what? We're going to buy a house. And that's a big step. I tell you what, especially being a fresh parent, never even went to renting, just straight, you know what? I'm going to build a family here, and I'm going to give them a good base, a good start. I want to make it solid, because I'm a family man now. And because you want to give your wife a solid foundation and your child a solid foundation to begin with. Um, so you continue to build, and over the years, and you have another beautiful baby boy that comes into your life. And your relationship continues to grow, and you're going to always have hard times, rough spots, bad patches, and it's all in how you work through those. Because I think this day and age where we're at, you guys all see that, like, the divorce rate is astronomical. Um, and it's kind of sad that people don't take those vows very seriously, because whether you're super religious or not, you're making a commitment. You said, God, I'm making this commitment, and like I said, you don't have to be super religious. And at the time I wasn't. Everybody goes through, whatever areas. Same here, Monique. I was an over the road driver, got it where I'm at, and because carpenter basically threw the old life away. Yeah. Monique says, Chris, you are a great husband and father. Much respect to you. Thank you, Monique. I I really appreciate that, and especially you girls, Jen, Ohio. You guys get to peek in a little more often than everybody else in the chat, and see what's going on. So you guys have a nice little inside lane. Um, Boy, look at me, I'm just rambling. Um, where was I? I went squirrel there for a second. Anyways, you make a commitment, and like I said, the divorce rate today, I mean, is just out of control. And I don't get me wrong, there are good reasons, that maybe the other person is not who they expected. Maybe they're violent. I mean, yeah, there's no reason to keep yourself in that situation at all. Get out. But in a marriage, you You work through things, good, bad, and, just like those vows that you take for richer, poor, for sickness and health, good times and bad times. And, most of the time there should be a whole lot more good times. So, hold on. Yeah, there, I'm taking a break. I'm packing my lunch bag. So I'm ready to get out in the city. How are you? Oh, carpool lane. The carpool. Yeah, you guys. You guys, yeah, we're all on the, I don't want to call it the short bus. No, it's not the short bus. Um, I don't know. Could it be one of those really nice luxury, RVs? No, those aren't allowed in the carpool lane. I don't want to be a tourist bus. Anyways, we're in something nice. Nice. Um, you work through those. Um, and you build a life and you build a life and you work and you try and always get ahead, but sometimes you're not going to get ahead, sometimes you get thrown back. But if you love that person enough, you will continue to work and strive. you know Me and Sophia have built a beautiful beautiful life, and like I said, it hasn't been without its challenges, its ups and downs, sickness and in health, richer or poor. I mean, hey, look at the day and age now. There's a lot more poor than richer. Um, so eh, going through and going over the years, and you think you find that house where, like, hey, I'm going to set roots here. This is where we want to be. And especially when you go and you look at like a dozen or more houses all over the place, and you finally get out to the outskirts, you're like, okay, this is my last area, this last stretch that is farthest away. And your loving wife is in there, we're talking to the realtor, and your your baby boy is sitting on the floor, and Sophia's sitting there with him, in this house, and she looks over at William, and she asks him, should we get this house? Speak of the beautiful, beautiful.
I'm off the phone. I'm gonna have a smoke.
Okay. This is the beautiful wife. You all know her. You know her.
Hi guys.
So, Stuart, what's up, guy? Good to see you. And you make that decision, this is the house. We're going to get this one. This is where we're going to build the family. And you go through the years, and, the family grows and grows. And you see the city that you're in, and it continues to just deteriorate and deteriorate, deteriorate. The state continues to deteriorate and deteriorate. And, like with us, we've been wanting to move for a couple years now, and just never got, I guess you could call it the gumption or the push or the pull to somewhere, or just that big push. And so it was definitely a couple of years we kicked the idea around, and we looked at different places, as far as, because one of the ones was Arizona. We thought about moving to Arizona, hot as hell. But at the time, her family had moved to Arizona, so that was like, hey, let's be closer to the family. Um, I consider Sophie's mom almost like my mom, and because my childhood wasn't that great, and I'll leave it at that. But um, let's be closer to the family. Well, we kicked that idea around, and yeah, there's plenty of job opportunities out there and stuff like that. But we're like, I'm just changing one climate for the same climate in a different state. Yeah, they have more freedoms. Don't get me wrong, for sure. Um, Arizona at the time was, woohoo, big time red. I don't think with 5 kids we picked up up more. Yeah, 5 kids. Yeah. Northern says game birds migrate migrate south for the winter. Um, Beautiful families who deserve all the goodness that life has to offer. Yeah, I mean, um, so you know, we thought about Arizona and we kicked that around for a little bit. Um, but there was just no big push. It wasn't there. There was always Nevada. Well, basically the same thing, hot and dry. You know, a year or so goes by, and we really start looking. Hey, you know what? Let let's see with the company that I'm with. Let's see where everywhere they are on the map. You know, um, let's see where they're at and pick some states. And unfortunately, Arizona and Nevada wasn't one of them. So there was some. I think there was a couple in Utah, and there was some up north, and I was like, no thanks. Um, One California is just the same as the other California. Um, so so we're like, okay, well, let's push out Texas. Still hot and dry. Beautiful freedoms, you know, love it. Open carry, wonderful, but still hot and dry. So let's go. Let's push more east. Let's see what else we can get. And around this time, this is this is when Sophie became sick, and you know this is one of those times where in sickness and health, rich and poor, you pull your family together, and it's not easy. Good times and bads. Um, Yankee, did you ever get the truck delivered? No, I need to. As a matter of fact, I need to speak with my neighbor. I'm slowly seeing gas is starting to come down, and even diesel's coming down a little bit, but it's still a work in progress. I mean, we still got a few more months before we start hitting the cold. So, I mean, we've got a little bit more time. Hopefully, maybe, just maybe, gas will go and diesel will go down a little bit more, and they won't be so busy as far as getting it transported. Um, Anyways, so we come to find out with Sophie being sick, she can't tolerate the heat at all. And it's like, okay, very hot and dry this year. Yeah, you're right, Stuart. Very hot and dry. I mean, we'll look at Arizona and Nevada and everything like that. Um, they're drying up even more than they are. I mean, look at the the lakes and stuff. They're going dry. They're finding things down in there. Fix. Um, so we go, okay, we can't do heat. Heat's out of the question. I need to get my wife and family to a cooler environment. So we start looking more north. And one of the options was Wisconsin, which Sophie had relatives up in Wisconsin. I've always been partial to Wisconsin, Green Bay fan all day, every day, no matter what anybody says, and even her, hardcore Packers fan. Um, yeah, Lake Mead. Yeah, you're right, Ohio. Yeah, that's drying up and they're finding things. Um, we need a cold environment. And one of them was also here, Pennsylvania. My company has warehouses out here. That's where I work, and I work in warehouse, if anybody hasn't figured it out. Um, they also had some in Wisconsin. Um, Wisconsin, I was looking a little bit more. You get a little more freedoms, a little more open carry and stuff like that. But Sophie always had this draw to Pennsylvania. And with her mom doing genealogy and looking back through her family, that her family was established in Pennsylvania. So I think that was another big draw here. Um, is something it's amazing women's intuition on things. It astounds me sometimes. Us guys just don't have that intuition on stuff. So Stuart, PA is not a weird state, okay? I can tell you right now. Um, anyways, um, so we started looking here, and we kicked it around for about a year, back and forth, and all the while California's getting worse and worse and worse, and our city's getting worse and worse. Crime's going up, everything's going up, homeless is going up, and the cost of living's going up. It's just getting out of control to where we're trying to raise a family of three kids, well, family of five technically. Um, and I'm not making much more than I normally would. Of course, you get raised throughout the year and stuff like that, but um, it's still everything else. The cost of everything else is just going up, and you're just like, there's got to be a breaking point here soon. And we we started looking, and so Wisconsin, we're like, no, let's go ahead and we'll put that one away a little bit. And Sophie and I started looking in Pennsylvania, and we started looking up in here, obviously where we're at, Mount Pocono. Um, Come to find out, that's a nice little resort town. So the costs of housing up there was higher than what was necessary and what we could afford at the time. Because fortunately, we've been blessed. I've always made enough for Sophia to be a stay-at-home mom, and raise our three kids, and that's been such a blessing. Um, because not everybody can do that these days anymore. Um, and it's kind of sad. What's up, Garrett? Hey, what's up? Um, I'm glad to see all of you for my first live stream. It's good to see everybody here. Um, really appreciate you guys showing up and showing some love. See, yeah, look at we're on the same wavelength. I say something and she's already typing it. Look at that. Um, so we started looking here in Pennsylvania, Mount Pocono, and that was kind of out of the question. And where else can we go? Where else can we go? And it's uh, eh, we stumbled across where we're at now, and you know, it was really big to think about all of this as a huge undertaking, like my title says, to pick up everything you know and throw it out the wind and move for more freedoms. And I realize PA is kind of like on the fence back and forth, red, blue, purple, right in there. And, fortunately, hey, uh, we're getting Doug Mastriani this year, so ex-military. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more Second Amendment rights coming our way this November and after the beginning of the year and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get open carry. Yes, hopefully. If not, still got to get that concealed carry. Working on that. That's probably maybe next week. Got plans this weekend to do whatever. I don't know. Probably do some more house stuff. Anyways, pick up everything you know your entire family, everything you have established, and go. And that, if you really, really look at it, and that can be scary. That can be scary as hell. Especially when you're pretty well established where you're at. You know it's not the greatest, but it's yours. It's you're established. And hey, what's up, Mama Red? How's it going? Good to see you. Von Eric, I haven't seen you in a while. Blessings to you, dude. Good to see you. Um, so we made that decision, me and Sophia. We made that decision, and there was a catalyst that finally broke the camel's back, the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, it's that one thing that just snaps it and says, that's it, no more. I'm not going to be here anymore. I'm not going to subject myself. I'm not going to subject my family. And I'm sure as the hell not going to subject my kids to this. Enough is enough. So when you've had enough and you're like, I need to change, we need to change, even though you're established, you know you need to change. Something's got to be better than where you're at. Anywhere can be better than where you're at almost at the point when you start thinking about it. So we really focused ourselves and looked hard.
Real hard?
Real hard. And put our nose to the grindstone and to get things together. Come over here.
No. Stop. This is your deal.
This is my deal. Oh. And you put your nose to the grindstone because you know there's better out there for your family. And as scary and uncertain as it is, you know you've got to make a change. So you look and you put your nose to the grindstone. And you look and you look and you look and you start to, after looking, you start to get discouraged a little bit. And you're like, I've got to find something, we got to find something. There's got to be something out there for just us, meant for us. And you spend your days working.
Sorry, I'm reading chat.
Yeah, Sophia's being shy. Of course she is. I mean, I don't know why now all of a sudden she's shy. All of a sudden,
Not being shy. I'm letting you do your thing. I don't want to come interrupt you. See me sitting here.
I love watching you sit there.
Yeah.
No, you come stay. You're also part of this too. You work, and while you're working, Sophia's diligently looking for houses, all while keeping the household down. And this is the time at right about, that beautiful bug came along. And so all the kids are at home. They're in homeschool because you're not playing with the school system and their bullshit. Screw that. So you've got...
Hi, everyone.
So and she's looking and looking and hearting houses and this and that and looking, and she's sending to you, how about this one, how about this one? And when you bought your first house, you kind of settled for some things. You're like, okay, well, I can deal without this and I can deal without that. I wanted these things, but hey, it's our first house. Most of the time you're not going to get everything you ever wanted. I mean, some people do, but some people don't. Yankee. She's a chicken butt, Yankee. No, chicken butt. Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Anyways.
I'm right here.
I know you are. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, right there. That's beautiful. Um, and you're doing your thing. She's doing her. Yeah, Sophia. Hey, gorgeous. You're right. You're right, Kendall. Um,
Not even. But thank you. But thank you. I'll take it. I mean, thanks.
yeah, look at this already. I'm at 35 minutes, and yeah, we're hanging around 10. I appreciate you guys all that
Keep
are
going with your story. Quit stopping. Quit stopping.
that you guys are here with me. I really appreciate it. Um, and so you're looking and looking and looking and getting your priorities right, and you're just like, well, I've got one house, and I'm trying to buy another one, and you're like, how am I going to sell one house just to buy another one? And that's uber scary. Um, because you're seeing the housing market, it's on fire. Don't get me wrong, but your house is, you already know, is not in the best shape, and you're just like, I need a quick turnaround. So you get in contact with a few companies that, hey, we'll buy your house for cash, and like, all right, cool. You look at everything, you set a budget for your new house, and you're like, hey, this is what I need to get. This is how much I can spend on a new house. And looking in within that budget, one day she stumbles across the house. The house. This one. And it's everything.
When I go back outside, yes.
It's got land. It's a beautiful log cabin.
It's huge.
It's got space, 2,400 square feet, enough for a family of 5. It's got a fireplace. You've always wanted a fireplace because that was one of the things you left. It's got a 2-car garage. That's one of the things you left off. You couldn't get, but this time you're going to get it. So you're looking around and you find that one, and you contact a realtor, and start going through the steps, and like, okay, do you know what your new house is or your old house is worth? You're not like, I don't know, I'm trying to do this, that, and the other. And hey, I need this much. I just need this much for the house. And you
I should turn it so they get a better view of you.
I think I'd have to take it out of the clip. But sorry guys, hold on. You mean turn it like this?
Yeah. Get a bigger. Okay,
well, now I'm upside down.
Sorry, I'm interrupting. Hey, you can sit over here and be quiet.
Now I'm really upside down.
Okay, we'll just leave it then.
Yeah. So Sophia finds the house, the one, and like she is totally heart set on it. And you contact the realtor, and he's like, all right, yada yada yada. That house is going to go for more than what they have it listed. And you're like, and you're downtrodden, and you're just like, this is bullshit.
He said it wouldn't even be worth us making an offer because it would go for way, way more.
Yeah. So, and you're like, okay, fine. I'm going to still keep that one in the background just in case. So you start looking at another house, and you find another one it's a farm style house. And you're like, hey, that was one of my second options because we wanted to do a small farm, and it has some acreage, and, it was a little bit of, it was a work in progress. You could tell who was working on it hadn't finished it yet. And once again, you contact the realtor, and you're just like, he's like, I don't know. I don't know if they'll come down on the price because it's a little over your budget. I don't know if it'll come down. And all the while, sitting in the back of Sophia's mind,
it was nagging.
This house right here was nagging at her. Remember earlier when I said it's women's intuition that just, it goes, it's out of control. So you try and look and look and look, and it's bugging her. And so finally, one of the days after work, she's like,
you called the broker of this house.
Yeah, they called the realtor, the actual
the broker.
Okay, the broker.
The one
sorry.
handling the realtor, the office actually handling this house.
And go, hey, we're really interested in this house, and the current real estate agent said there's no way, we would get this house. And would there be a shot? And she goes, okay, well, let me, do you have some time to talk? I said, well, I'm on my way home. I don't want to be talking and driving. It's unsafe. I said, give me like 30 minutes and I'll be home, and then call me. So, Stuart, what? Whoa, hold on. Sorry.
I wish Yankee was closer since there are some logs that need attention.
What was the ball gag hanging on the wall? Where? What ball gag?
Where?
There's no. I don't know what you're thinking or seeing, but there's no ball gag. I don't keep ball gags in the dining room. No. Sorry, that's an upstairs deal. And so I get home, the real estate / broker calls me, and we start talking. And that moment when we started talking to her, it started the ball rolling on this beautiful adventure journey that we're currently on and going through. And with some creative work from the real estate agent, we actually won this house
out of 6 other people.
And there was higher bids on this house. Now, I don't know what you want to call that. Fate.
I told you.
Woman's intuition. Love it. Or divine power. Now, I look at divine power, and that can be a big help. And spicy.
I got your spice.
Ohio. So that started the ball on picking up everything and going for more freedom. And
we now live in a state that has open carry.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania has open carry. Where we can live how we want and like nobody bothers us.
No, I am out here basically in a holler, in a sense, on 3 acres of land. And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, and was it scary? Hell yeah, it was. Trying to pick up an entire family of 5, 3 kids, and move them cross country, and doing it in 3.5 days. Lack of sleep, miles and miles, hundreds, thousands of miles of driving in days. And
we bought a house and sold a house in less than 45 days and made the trip from California to Pennsylvania in 3.5.
We did.
Yeah,
we did it.
That's what I said. We.
So. Was it teasing about the phone flipping? Yankee, it's all part of the adventure. You're right. And it's been a beautiful adventure. And Monique, Ohio, Jen, random. You guys have even had, like I said, a sneak peek in, obviously, and have been a part of this in a much.
I can't do it, Jen.
And have been there through all of this. And I am so thankful for all of you that have been there every time Sophia's called. We've got a problem, and you guys are always there to advise, especially Monique. Monique is a wealth of knowledge. I mean, it's amazing sometimes.
Yeah, but Jen and Liza too.
This is true, yeah, because they know country living, and you got to figure to go from one coast to the next to where it's completely different. I knew nothing about basements and yeah, all of this. Yeah, whew. It's been interesting. So, and I appreciate all of you that.
I'm gonna take her out to catch fireplace.
Ooh, fireplace. I should come out with you.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye. And
that has staying, baby.
Like I said, I am so grateful for all of you. and the inspiring to make it happen. I mean, and I remember when we were trying to sell the house and buy the new, and even TT1. TT1 has been a huge help. He was super supportive, like super supportive. You know, um, I it's been a fantastic journey, and like I said, everything, the small issues that we've come across in here, I I could not have done it without this woman at all. I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else either. I love you. I couldn't have found a better soulmate to go through this with and take this journey and this road with.
Now I will remind you of those words the next time you get.
Oh, I never said you couldn't be a handful, but that's part of the why I love you. Yeah, this is true. Like you always say, I'm the only one that can handle you. What?
Excuse me.
What?
This is more than a handful.
Not my big old hand.
I'm not doing that.
So, catch up with all of the lives moving is amazing to watch. Yeah, it was quite. I mean, I tried to live stream, but it just wasn't working out. So, fortunately, Sophie was doing most of the live streaming, and not to mention trying to live stream while driving a big old 26-foot box truck, moving truck. That thing's a handful. When it's fully loaded, yeah, it was a handful. It was fun. I almost put the thing in New Mexico on its side. That was scary as hell. Because they had really low shoulders, and mind you, we were lacking sleep and stuff like that, and the roads wee wah and everything. I actually put the truck, 3 of the 6 tires, on the shoulder, and then gradually eased it back over. And mind you, Sophie's behind me watching all this. Her heart said dropped and stopped. I guided it back over because I knew if I jerked, it would have gone onto its side. So I guided it back over, and I mean that I damn near almost had to change my pants. Almost scared the hell out of me, as a matter of fact. But I mean, we made it here safely, and like I said, I appreciate all of you guys that have supported us and continue and have been part of this trip with us all the way. You know, um, and a lot of it has to do with prep. I mean, that kind of has started all of this because in California you started to find out when you told some of your coworkers, yeah, I'm a bit of a prepper, my wife does candy, and they kind of give you a sideways look like, oh, this guy's nuts, he's crazy, it's one of those woohoo tinfoil hat guys, and you're just like, no, I just have an open mind. I'm not being fed bullshit and just eating it, taking it. My eyes are open. So that was another reason to get out of there, because when you start to feel you just don't fit anymore, and it's time to go, that was the time we started to get into prepping and stuff like that, and Sophie's canning and stuff like that. You guys all remember. You guys have seen the past shows in the other house. I mean, over there in that other cozy, cramped little kitchen of ours. And like I said, you start to get a weird, look and everything like that, and saying you're a prepper, and you're just like, that guy's weird. And you move over here to a freer state, a freer coast, to the East Coast, and the time zone that only really matters. It's accepted here. It's normal, and that's a wonderful thing. I can walk into my work and talk to any of my coworkers, and they're like, one of the guys his family canned for all the years. And he hasn't done canning for 30 years and he doesn't know where to start. And I told him today, I was like, hey, go to YouTube. There's tons of information all over YouTube. Just look it up. I mean, you can get YouTube certified right off the bat. No problem. Done. Um, look up canning. Get into it. Get back into it. It's fun. There's nothing like storing food, saving food. Um, oh, Sister Marie, good to see you. Um, any of my coworkers, I mean, my operations manager alone, he's a hardcore prepper. Um, he has a panic room. I mean, for all goodness sakes. I mean, Sophia's like, I really, really want to see his panic room. I mean, I haven't asked to see it or anything like that, but I mean, out here, it's just the normal. And one of the supervisors, he's a young guy, and he has just started getting into prepping. As a matter of fact, it was kind of a joke about a month back. They were talking and stuff like that, and he's just started to be a prepper, and he didn't even have a knife on him yet. And so they hassled him a little bit, and he ended up going out and getting like a switch, pocket knife. Well, I guess one of the few days later, he came into work, and all his fingertips were all cut up because he was sitting there playing with it and cut up his fingertips. And they were giving him a bad time about it, and it's funny. And I think we all just love seeing you and the fam thrive in PA. We're all sincerely happy that you're all happy. Yeah, that's right, Kendall. Shit, just happiness. Yes, I need a panic room for that would be epic, right, Monique? um, so I mean, he just started getting into prepping, and even so, I mean, they even gave him a bad time as far as like his girlfriend has a gun, and they're like, "Oh, what kind of gun is it?" And he goes, "I don't know." They're like, "Well, okay, what caliber is it?" I don't know. Like, dude, come on, wake up. You're gonna start doing this. You need to get with the get with get with it. And this past week he actually went out on a trip to his father-in-law's and came back, and I asked him, I was like, "Oh, how was your trip?" And he's like, "Well worth it, and I completely needed it." And before he left, I talked to him. I said, if you have any questions as far as prepping or where to start, bug out bag, I mean, ask any of these guys. I mean, you can even ask me. And just kicking up a little dialogue, bringing somebody into the prepping fold. I mean, you don't have to be that super crazy person and whatnot, but just opening a dialogue as far as, hey, I even told the guy a simple fire starter with the toilet paper roll, the lint, a Q-tip, and some Vaseline. And he was like, wow, I never even knew that. I said, yep, you can put them in a Ziploc and they'll be, safe, to where you can have them stashed somewhere in a bug out bag and, they won't get wet. You always have somewhere to start fire. So, and it just dawned on me, we've been here for almost 3 months now. Almost 3 months. And it, wow, that was where the ball gag should be. You guys, I don't know what you guys are seeing. I don't know if you guys are looking at the edge of the curtain rod. That's just a decorative. I mean, there's a big old knot right there. So that's not a ball gag. That's a knot in the logs. Yeah. So been around the block for a time or two. So book room, Jen. Yeah, you and the books, Jen. Just opening that dialogue to somebody that is new to prepping and stuff like that, and just going, hey, you have any questions? I can, we can exchange some information. I may have some ideas for you, or this and that. So, you know, just you need to go up and chat. Okay.
Yeah, Chris, just keep going because
What am I missing? Because now I'm like, what the hell's going on? What's going on? Hold on. I've got to know what's going on.
talking about panic room.
Yeah, I know.
Tantric room.
Oh.
Bio said that's where the ball gag should be.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. See?
Right.
I mean, one day. Need to get the boys want to be down in the basement, and that's once we get the basement all situated and stuff like that, that'll open up a room upstairs, and hey.
And then I can have my book and my crafts.
And tantrum?
No, we're having
A tantrum room or
tantrum room.
The adult room. No, there's plenty of space in the bedroom for all of that. I mean, shit. Bedroom's huge. Love it. Haven't even finished filling all of it out. So that's a cool in the basement. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, as far as I still got to get, as far as the kids, the boys down in the basement, and do the other little room where there's a pantry for all of our cans and stuff like that. Get that all situated and set up. There's a lot of stuff that needs to happen, and it's all one thing at a time. And like I said, it just dawned on me we've been here for 3 months, and one of the nights we were sitting on a backstage with Tribe, and we were talking, and he goes, "Oh, you guys will be like 6 months before you guys are all settled in and whatnot." And I was like, "Nah, we'll be done before that and stuff like that." And here we are, 3 months in, and we're still not settled in. So he was right. Tribe was spot on. But it's also hard when you want to explore this beautiful new state that you become a part of, because there is so much history here. I mean, Gettysburg, and the wife loves going, Sophia loves going to the Amish communities. I mean, just they're amazing. Um, I mean, we've gotten to see a little bit of Gettysburg so far. That's a whole nother day of experiencing. I mean, it's beautiful out here, and we love it. And I think that's part of the biggest draw is, you want to be at home, and there's beauty at home, but there's beauty all around you, and you want to go see it all. I mean, we butt up to the back of the hills, and just you guys have seen it when Sophie steps out on the back patio. Maybe you guys can't see it through all the tree line and stuff like that, but the hills back there, are just beautiful. And we've actually gone up there and gone to the other side. We didn't stop at the top, but I mean, driving up there was beautiful, and going down, and you go into the Amish community and the Mennonite community and the farms, and just the green everywhere is just astounding. To go from a state that's dry, brown, and basically dead to green, moist, and alive. I said moist. um, it's just, it's a complete shift. It's a complete switch. Moni, how many boxes are still in the garage? You know what, Yankee? There is still plenty of boxes in the garage, and some of them are going to stay in the garage because those are the garage boxes. Because we had a lot of stuff in the shed from our other house, so that stays there. The kids' clothing, which we may or may not use again, we're not sure. That's still up in the air. So we want to save it and stuff like that. I'm still working on trying to get my garage together. But hey, Half of the 2-car garage is still filled with boxes. Yes, you're right. You are right, sweetheart. Yeah. Um, moist. Yep. Sophia B is like, I'm getting rid of all those boxes one day when Chris is in. Oh, Garrett, no, because some of that stuff is hers actually. Backwoods, what's up? Good to see you. Nice of you to show up and make your presence known. Sup, fuckers. So some of that is it has family heirlooms, and some of it also has her father's stuff that obviously she will never get rid of, and I don't blame her. And family heirlooms you never get rid of. All that stuff you hold on to. That's part of family. So backwoods, I emailed you earlier. I don't know if you checked your email, but I shot you an email earlier, and so like I said, what I said in the email, just let me know. Where was I? Oh, the garage. Yeah, it's still sitting half full, still incomplete. Right now, there's 12 chickens and 2 roosters in there because they're not big enough quite yet to go out on their own. So that's another project that needs to be done. There's a barn out there already that was on the property. It's perfect. Right now it's got a go-kart and my riding mower on it, and it's full of empty boxes. The boxes that we have emptied. Yes, love. You want me to? Here.
Yeah.
Hold on. Speaking of garages. Be right back.
Hi, guys. No. Skadoodle. Sorry, you guys. Hold on. There's a situation outside. How are you guys doing? I had to come steal it. How y'all doing? This is weird by myself. Hey, Hoot Owl. I just say hi to everyone.
That's fine. I know you had to say hi to everybody. As a matter of fact, I'm sure everybody's tired of seeing this same old backdrop, as a matter of fact. So let's go. I'm going to take you guys outside. As a matter of fact, I could step out and use some fresh air.
No. You can get ready for bed if this is how you're going to act.
I'm going to step outside, sweetheart. So. So, Hoot Owl, how's it going, man? Good to see you. He's boss. So, like I was saying, it's been an incredible journey. A lot of you guys have been with us, and it's been so much. It's been great. Now
that you're out here, I can come out here with
you.
I know Jen's dying to see this shirt.
Well, I thought she already got to preview it a little bit while I was outside.
No, I didn't show her my shirt.
Oh, it's a beautiful shirt. It really is. Sharon gonna be rid of the kids out of the bath. Yeah, the daughter's over there. What's for dessert? What's for dessert? There's nothing for dessert. Then, might be able to scrounge up a snack or two, but that's about it. Going back to as far as with prepping, it's accepted out here, and it's kind of the norm. And it's nice. It's nice to be accepted, and not looked at funny or weird or you're crazy. I guess that comes back to that being in a free state to where like, hey, I just want to be out here. I want to live my life. I want to raise my family. Um, I can be somewhere where if I want to take one of my pistols and I can shoot it off my back patio if I want. You know why? Because the sheriff don't come out here. There's no reason to. And having
Tell her to stop. Okay.
having wonderful neighbors, you know,
That are far away.
that are far away. But needless to say, when we moved in, they're like, "Hey, if you need anything, let us know." I said, "Yeah." I mean, we pretty much keep to ourselves, and that they do too. And I mean, but having that fact of being able to, um, um, just you wouldn't get that really in California. Um, and they're just super. I mean, everybody out here is like super friendly. I mean, you go to the grocery store, Walmart, anywhere. I mean, just everybody's friendly. Hey, how you doing? And especially when we moved out here, we telling people that we just moved from California to Pennsylvania, and they're like, "Well, it's good to have you here," or like, "Wow, that's amazing," good for you, you know. Everybody was like, everybody wants to go to California and stuff like that, but it's not a nice place to live. It's nice to visit, but you don't want to live there. So, but that's my personal view. I mean, I'm done with that. I'm done with that coast. It's all East Coast now, and the only time zone that matters. So,
Now settle down with that, Chris.
hey, I got to make it known. Um,
Sorry.
Jen's always giving me the side eye.
Okay, would you?
Hudo, yeah. No, Jen, sorry. The chat moved right as I was looking at. Yeah, no, it is. It's a totally different culture. And it was definitely a culture shock for sure. Coming out here and just, everybody's friendly, and it was just it blew me and Sophia away. And I even at work, I get people they're like, "Oh, you tired of Pennsylvania yet?" And I'm like, "Nope, not at all. I love it here." They're like, "Oh, wait till winter." I was like, "That's part of the reason we moved here. We wanted some cold weather." I mean, in California, we got what, 2 seasons? Cool and hot as hell.
Yep.
So, and coming over here, we get 4 seasons. And it was fortunate the day we moved in, we got blessed with snow. I mean,
They saw the snowball
I know.
fight.
The snowball fight, yeah. But I'm just saying the blessing of Pennsylvania saying, "Hey, you wanted snow? Here it is. Welcome to Pennsylvania." So it was really a beautiful thing, and it's continued to be a beautiful journey. And the fact that the yeah,
That's what I call Stewart.
I know. That coming up here real soon, me and Sophia, my beautiful wife, we're going to be celebrating 15 years of marriage together. And togetherness of almost 18. We're going to spend the rest of our life on this coast. We're done. This is where we want to be. We've spent half our life on one coast, and now we're going to spend the other half of it on this coast.
Back to my roots.
You heard. I told him, your intuition as far as coming here and finding out that your family history, your family lineage is here, is pretty amazing. Just yeah, 15 years of marriage and ups, downs, rich, poor, sickness and health. It's a beautiful thing. And I mean, you hear sometimes the stories that are like, "Oh, been married for 30 years and stuff," and we hope to We want to get to that. We want to do that. I want that.
Nothing. You're fine.
That right there. um, oh, bugs. Um, you know, uh, the big half of the East Coast. Yeah. Shit, train of thought going. Um, um,
Why?
I, it's your shirt, honey. I can't. I
I'm gonna
mean,
go change.
why?
Keep going.
It's a
Keep going.
beautiful shirt.
Keep going. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
So I mean, almost 15 years of marriage, and you know, it's a beautiful thing. And we bought this house, and we've already told our kids, our oldest, our William and Matthew already know.
Well, and we have it set up.
We have it set up that like
If anything happens to us, it goes to a trustee if our kids are under the age of 18. So if anything happens to us, a trustee will take care of the house and everything until our kids are old enough to have it themselves. But we've explained, especially to our oldest son, that even one day when I'm not here and his dad's not here, that he's to keep this home and this land. It's never to be sold. If they're living their lives and everything, you guys, like in different states or wherever, they can rent it out, whatever the case. But this home and this land is to stay in our family. So
then that's what we've explained, and just because obviously it was no easy undertaking doing this journey, and just having this land is a beautiful thing. And I never want to see it out of our family ever. Because that way they always have somewhere to go, no matter what.
they always have a home. They always have land they can farm or have animals. They're being taught gardening and all of that. So I mean, they will have so much more than a lot of people. You don't have to put me in the picture.
So we never, this is the hardest journeys to have the best rewards. You're right, Monique.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Beehive Homestead. You're right, Hoot Owl. I mean, the Bee Homestead. That's what we call it. I mean, so it's just being able to. I've even thought about like when I pass away, I've always wanted to be cremated, but I kind of actually, ooh, wow, can you turn down that one notch?
Oh my god.
Thank you. Much better.
I'm blind. Sorry, baby. Watch out.
That I want to be buried here. I mean, I want to be buried on this land, and
there's tons of homes that have cemetery plots.
I was just about to say it's amazing out here, and it's part of. You can see the history out here that there is cemeteries like everywhere, and you can just tell through all of that how much history is out here. It's a wonderful thing. So I mean, this is where we want to be, and I want to stay here. You can fertilize the apple trees. You're right, Monique. I mean, hey, what comes from the earth must be returned to the earth. I mean, so I don't know if Sophia feels the same way. I mean, but that's just the way I feel. Hey, you got to be buried next to me. I don't know where you're going to be going. So
I want to be cremated though.
You want to be cremated?
Well, then they can bury me in the ground. That's fine, and have a headstone. Yeah. But I want to be cremated.
Okay. We can be cremated and be put together.
Oh my goodness. The afterlife's going to be very long.
I know they.
Just saying.
I mean, I know they say till death do you part, but I mean, uh, I still, even after I'm gone or, she's gone, you got to go find her.
Okay, obsession.
We got to go find her. And she's already said, even though she won't admit it totally on camera, she's going to go find me wherever we may
That would
be.
be haunting a bunch of people.
So look at that. We're at an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you guys being here and, you know, spending a Wednesday night with us. Fortunately, my work week is over. Yay, it's my Friday. Haha. I love working 410s. It's a beautiful thing. So I get to start my weekend, and that was part of the reason I was like, came home and told Sophia, I was like, I want to go live. Been kicking it around. She's like, well, what are you going to talk about? And I'm like, well, I've been kicking around these ideas and stuff like that and stuff. So, and then she's like, all right, well, then let's do it.
Ohio.
If Chris passes first, you can cremate him and put him in a hot water bottle.
I am fucking dead. Oh, you guys, Ohio is legit. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Like, she is.
I don't know where I'm going to be run through, but I mean, hey, whatever. I'm a natural gearhead at heart.
Now, you see that he has dark hair, right? And he doesn't understand this. I can't.
Well, explain it to me, please.
No, I'll explain it to you after you're done.
I've always told that I've always wanted my ashes, a little bit of my ashes, to be put in a gas tank. That way I can run through a motor. So.
You hear that?
Yeah.
A motor.
A motor.
A motor.
You got any other kind of motors I can run through?
Can you get back to your live stream, please?
So.
Who, you and Backwoods are off work until Monday. No, he goes back to work Sunday.
No. Yep. I got a nice little schedule until football season starts. So, and even then, I mean, I'm looking forward to that, being on this coast. That, like I said, I'm a Packers fan, or we're a Packers fan, diehard Packers fan. So I'll get to watch more games. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, hey, whatever works. I mean,
I can't.
I'll definitely take being put, in a bottle of douche, and hey, got to clean it somehow.
No. I am not doing that. No thanks.
I am not clean enough for you?
Did you, what are you talking about? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I can read, darling.
Yeah, I know. For real? You can read?
I can read.
You can read.
I can fly.
Oh my God, this guy.
Some toys. Yeah.
And have eternal pleasure.
Ooh, I like where you're going, Monique, for sure.
I'm going to be too old and crusty for that. I'm not even going to give any fucks about that, okay?
So what you're saying is there'll be some need to get some, you'll need to get moist.
I will take some of your ashes and I will have a custom made glass blown dilly dally with your ashes inside of it. And I will set it up on the shelf because I'm going to be too old and rickety to be doing any kind of shit like that, Chris.
Well, good one explaining that one to the kids. Mommy, what's that? Why is that up there?
If they're still calling me, well, they might still call me mommy, but
yeah. The youngest one, she still calls you mommy, obviously.
Yeah, well, you feel like you're gonna die. Like, quit. No. Okay, no more.
Anyways, we're way off topic. We're over here talking about death.
Yeah. Nope.
So morbid. So morbid. Really, Yankee? Wow. I'd hate to be the guy that has to blow the custom dilly dallies. That would be a pain in the ass.
Fuck water. Fuck the world.
Fuck water. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Monique says she has some of that.
Oh, in
I know.
Switzerland, you can send the ashes and they make them into diamond jewelry.
Oh, now that would be beautiful, Monique.
I may or may not have a little thing for diamonds. So
I mean, you may or may not. I mean, if anybody,
black diamond.
I know.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think ashes would show up in regular diamonds anyways, but I mean,
No, it would cloud them.
there you go. That was one of the things I always feared in California because of the jewelry that you have.
Okay, we could move on.
Yeah, I was always afraid of her losing a finger. Man, Jesus. It's just hot
Yeah,
glass
Jen, I
where he
know.
works it. Oh,
Back to your stream, Chris, and off the total fill.
yeah.
See, that's why I was staying away because, like,
You're a part of this.
oh no,
You're half of this. You're half of me. You're my other half, darling. Always be my other half.
my hair like this.
Oh yeah.
Monique, sorry.
Monique, you don't need to apologize at all. At all. Never. I think there are 2 canvases.
Combos,
Combos.
canvases.
Combos. See, sometimes I can read. Most of the time I can't, but sometimes. Watch. Merely artist fear that they always. That would be an interesting booth for sure. Oh man. So now that we've actually kind of gone into the dark side of a topic and stuff like that, and we always, as far as with prepping and stuff, we're prepping for shift, and what are you prepping for? Prepping for anything. Anything can happen. I mean, it doesn't always have to be, super end of the world. It could just be, hey, end of this country. I mean, um, I've used, yeah, yeah, yeah. With that red lipstick she was wearing last night, man. Yeah, hear that loud night,
Settle down, Chris.
man. I'm not delusional. um, prepping for a shift and stuff like that, and you always kind of go into, or at least, I mean, maybe it's just us guys. We look at the dark side of shift, and um, you kind of, I don't want to say fantasize about it, but you kind of look at as far as like I kind of want this to happen. I kind of want shift to happen because me and Sophia have had this discussion, and we were driving the other day, as a matter of fact, and just out for a little drive. We went through Hershey and continued on through because I mean, just the country out here is beautiful. Um, no, we didn't go down Hershey Highway. Um, um, we have different views as far as shift and stuff like that. So if you got in your truck shipped, no, Hoot Owl, I haven't gotten the truck shipped. As a matter of fact, Yankee asked that earlier, but no, I need to speak to the neighbor. And I was saying earlier, hopefully with the gas prices, I'm starting to see them come down out here a little bit. As a matter of fact, um, I was seeing four 4.69 a gallon for 87, and even diesels come down. I think it's right around $6 a gallon, at least out here. Hold on, there's in chat here. Table and such a guy on Facebook shows the process. Is it me or does Chris look like
The
a talking head? Well, yeah, it's the fabulous lighting out here, really. I would imagine, yeah, because I kind of look Do 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 do. Um, a poison garden, yeah. Your special herbs, Monique. Um, the head on my shoulders, as a matter of fact, the talking head. Um, anyways, um, I we were discussing, and I want shift to happen just to see what'll happen. And Sophia is the one that goes, I want the entire fucking system to burn. And I told her, I was like, well, realistically, we can kill two birds with one stone because if shift happens and it goes far enough.
Why are you gonna put me on blast like that?
Well, I'm not saying it's such a bad thing. I mean, I do think the system needs a complete fucking overhaul.
There's no fixing the system, Chris.
That's what I'm saying. It needs a complete fucking overhaul.
No. An overhaul means like change. There is no change. Like we cannot have this discussion right now. Like you will get shut down.
Bring it.
There's no changing the system. Anybody who thinks they can change the system, I'm sorry, they are delusional. The system is too strong and too powerful. And even if we all did band together and a revolution took place, even then, with everything, with technology, like we can't get into that right now. We can't, Chris. You're gonna get me all hyper.
Nothing wrong with being all hyper and charismatic. Let's talk about shift. It's my stream. It's my channel. What am I going to lose? My 30 subs? Look out. I'll just start another channel. Look out. I mean, want shift to happen. I mean, because hey, that could be the catalyst that does remove the system. And that's what I'm saying. We could easily get two birds with one stone if we band together when shift happens to get rid of the system and start being free as our forefathers intended us to be. Because we do believe that
exactly, Ohio.
Hold on. Men in Black are gonna be there to throw a fucking house for it. Bring it. Bring it. Hey, if I have to be the martyr that starts it, so be it.
No. You're not gonna leave me by myself.
You my ride or die wife.
You're the one saying you're going to be a martyr, which means sacrificing yourself, which means leaving me and your children.
You my ride or die wife.
Dumb.
No, you're my ride or die wife. I'm hoping for a revolution. I'm already living in the equivalent of North Korea. I know, Monique. We still really want to do Operation Cornbread, obviously.
Operation Cornbread engage.
I mean, hell, I think realistically, out here in PA, the lottery out here is up to 400 million. I mean, so I figure, I mean, obviously, I'd have to pay half of fucking taxes. Bullshit. I take the other remaining 200 million, take half that in investment, and then I could take the other 100 million and do whatever we want to do and probably get you and Richard out of Canada, Monique.
He won't leave Canada, baby.
Well.
And shush.
Oh. Well, hell, we'll just take a really extended vacation up to you, Monique, and
we'll go buy a fucking island somewhere and we'll all live.
Okay, sounds good to me. Shit, but I think I can spare 100 million and probably get an island somewhere. I don't know. Probably not in Madagascar though. Right now, I just wish something would happen, just enough for my aunt wear or something every single day. Yeah. Same way when hubby starts talking like Chris. Yeah. I mean, it just me and Sophia have the same points of view, basically. The discussion, are the same discussion, but it's our points of view are a little different. But like I said, you could easily get two birds with one stone um, from that. And back to like what I was saying as far as our forefathers and getting back to freedoms to where I'm going to live on my land. And as long as I'm not bothering you, I'm not hurting you, I'm not stealing from you, then you can just leave me the fuck alone. And that's freedom. Just leave me the fuck alone. I want to do what I need to do. I don't know if I'm not hurting anybody, I'm not bothering anybody, I'm not stealing, I'm not killing anybody. Leave me alone. So that's the freedoms I believe that we were originally intended to have until the fucking system came in and started fucking everything up. And we even in this discussion, we even brought in our son William, who's 14, and he even got involved in this discussion. I'm not 500 meters anymore. Someone kicked the stone down. LOL.
500 million on the Georgia Guidestones, the population control.
Oh. 500 million anymore. Yep. Are we taking Hutch?
I said we're gonna get an island.
Yeah, I mean,
Hutch wouldn't leave Missouri, so it's down.
No, he wants to go farther south in Missouri, and he wants to go where it's hotter. And no thanks. I mean, he's invited. I mean, because what it was back about a year ago, the whole getting I don't want to call it a compound, but community. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. A community going. I mean, we were considering it. I mean, for sure. I don't know if it's something he's still considering or is still floating around the idea, but he definitely be invited. I can't say no. So I mean,
you love Hutch, so don't even.
That's why hey, I'm we're not getting into my feelings, okay?
Oh, right.
Okay, that'll be used against me.
Jen, sleep well.
Night, Jen. Get some rest. Feel better.
I'll talk to you in the morning, babe. HOA, absolutely no HOA.
Fuck no. Fuck HOA. Well, that was one of the things when we looked in Mount Pocono, there was HOA on like almost everything. And what was amazing is like it would be like out in a mountainy area and they would have HOA and like it would be kind of like undeveloped, like there was no landscaping or whatnot, and there would still be an HOA on the property. And I'm like,
yeah,
what are you fucking HOAing? What? Because so that I can't do this, I can't do that.
Well, no, and it's good we didn't move there because the tourists, tourist times, geez.
Yeah. Well, and that's why after researching and finding out, hey, there's a big resort community. Well, it's a good thing we didn't move there. Thank God. So, see, I went fucking squirrel again.
Chris, you got to learn to keep it together when you live stream.
Well, you get all distracted, and so oh yeah, Hutch. Like I said, Hutch is there's an invitation for Hutch. There's definitely an invitation for Backwoods.
And their families.
Yes, of course. I mean, anybody. Hell, you guys saw the meetup. Anybody pretty much in that group would be invited. I mean, shit. That would be our nice little community.
There were a few people missing. A few,
but that's what I'm saying. Like Tiger and her husband Chris. I mean, that guy was cool as fuck. Jen, of course, can't go anywhere without Liza.
Nope. Monique,
that's shit. Nope. Monique's a given. You even have to ask. Yeah. Sister Marie, of course, invited, naturally. Um, the Hutch HOA is for everyone to grow a minimum of 5 special plants. I mean, that wouldn't be such a bad HOA. I mean, that would go back to that free state as far as, hey, I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. This is my land. I will do and live my freedoms as long as I'm not hurting you or bothering you.
Then that's what counts,
Then that's what counts.
as it should be.
And whatever medicinal plants I want to grow, I should be able to grow. Hey, why not? Like, yay, I can come too, of course. I mean, like I said, there was a few people missing. I mean, shit. I know everybody keeps going back to the get together, but hey, I mean, and everybody's already talking about the next one. I'm looking forward to the next one. It's going to be a blast, especially with that spot that Hutch
Well, that's one.
scouted out.
That's one that he's scouting. Derek.
That scouted out. I mean, shit. I think with what everybody saw on the past one, shit, I think we're going to see more of a turnout and more live streaming. So that'll be great because it'll have internet signal.
Yes, baby.
I saw he opened his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were checking out the chickens? Yeah.
I know. We gotta get the barn done.
Yeah. Well, that's what I brought
Miss
up.
Sharon, I agree.
No, for sure. Like on the live stream yesterday with JR, the Liberty Tree. What was it Liberty Tree?
Come on. The
Um,
Liberty Tree Fellowship.
Fellowship. Thank you. Definitely check that out. JR's got some good stuff going over there. With that and
My hair.
my hair
What?
looks great. I lost my train of thought
No,
again.
Chris. Like
Uh,
he needs to get it together.
uh,
That's when it's time to start wrapping it up.
oh yeah, as far as the East Coast, yeah, no, for sure. That was one of the things I brought up as far as us getting together. Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia's down in that corner also. And anybody else that wants to, make the trip, and finding a spot over there to where we'd be a little more centralized. Everybody can kind of drive and be equal time. And doing a little meetup for the East Coast in the only time zone that matters. Just saying. So, well, it's been almost an hour and 40 minutes. I think it's been a pretty productive stream so far.
I think you did good.
I think I did all right. I think I've got some work I need to work on as far as, keep my train of thought and not see squirrel.
People talk about going squirrel, but you guys have seen it. You guys have seen it like legitimately.
Yeah. I mean, and not to mention,
You need to
Hold-
get PJs on.
doing the first live stream, it is not easy being up here for an hour and almost 40 minutes and just talking and talking. I mean, and just it's not easy. Thank you, Monique. I appreciate it. Got a mess to clean up. Uh-oh, Stuart. Don't forget the wipies. Thank you, Spotted Farm. I want French fries, a large order of cheese. Ooh, backwoods. And don't forget the chocolate shake to go with the French fries. That's deliciousness. Always dip fries in the shake. Is there?
Not
Can
for
I
me.
get? I know, not for you. Can I get some fries with that shake? So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna kind of close it out here. I appreciate all of you guys showing up and supporting.
Jammies, please.
It's going to be time to get these kiddos into bed and stuff like that. You got anything you want to add, my love?
I'll be canning on my channel on Friday, you guys. And
yeah, it's been kind of a week of first, to be honest with you, because
and TT1, I believe TT1 is going live Friday too, so make sure you guys are tuning into that. I'll be canning Friday.
Yeah, JR did the Liberty Tree.
Right, he did canning on his channel last night.
Like,
so if you
for
guys,
the first time, yep.
If you guys didn't see that, you should check it out.
I did my first live stream, and then Sophie will be canning again for the first time after being back from the get together and being sick.
Yep.
So it's time to get back to getting the cans. Yeah, getting the cans filled. Fill them cans. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Get them cans filled and start getting the preps back up. So when are you gonna have the popping up vid 9 video? So yeah.
Good night, Candle.
Night, Candle. Good night, everybody. Night, Garrett. Stay safe.
Yes.
And y'all have a good rest of the week, whatever you're gonna be doing. Hopefully it involves some prepping. You don't have to prep a lot. Just prep a little bit.
Oh, there's TT1.
TT1, why you gotta come right in, right at the end? You missed all of it.
It's okay. Next time, TT1.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yankee, be well. Take care. Monique, I love you.
We love you all.
I'll text you guys. Monique.
You guys take care. We already gave you a shout out, TT1, as far as you're gonna be going live on Friday. So it's all right, TT1, no problem. Later, backwoods. Take care.
Love you, backwoods.
Night, y'all. Y'all take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye. Bye from the beehive.